Larry needs moving.
Where is Larry?
Brasidas your speech touching.
HUE Larry.
Change car Brasidas.
I comment. Okay.
Wait for Larry before quali.
Okay.
Welcome along to the 7th stop of the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. We head to Italy already for the second time, but sadly Emma, whose second home race it would be, cannot be here to commentate with me. Instead, Brasidas was supposed to commentate with me, but we had many technical difficulties, which is why I am talking over this footage 2 days after the race, but this is the first time that I'm really seeing this myself. Thanks to Brasidas, who provided this footage, who provided also the recording of the stream, which was done by me. It was very stressful. You're gonna see my confusion later. You can see myself writing in the chat here, not knowing that this is the official session, which is already running. We are in qualifying. The times to the left, of course, represent the driver that would be leading if this was a race. So we are only going to see the timings later on. But at the moment, we can see Gabo at the top leading the timings. So he would be on pole for his home race here. We are at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza this time. With 11 turns, it's got the fewest of any circuit in the calendar this season. The soft tire is going to last 9 to 14 laps, the mediums 11 to 16. I can spoil you, this was not a popular tire. And the hard tire lasting 14 to 20 laps, which is why it is a bit more popular than the medium, but the soft is always the preferable tire around this track. As we now watch Laguno and now Wilger top the standings for qualifying. Wilger now lining up on pole position. I'm typing Bra in the chat. I'm trying to communicate with Brasidas, who thankfully did resist and filmed this. Cato, who we're watching now, is leading the championship. He also has scored 104 points out of the 107 for Hurricane Racing Team, who are tied on points with Porsche for second place in the constructors. The only team ahead of them are Levioso, who have always had two very solid drivers. Laguno going across the line, not able to improve on the time, and this is everything we have on quali footage, so we're just missing the last few seconds, but nothing important has happened anymore. Wilger has taken pole position ahead of Laguno. The streak continues. Only Levioso and Williams have taken pole positions and fastest laps so far. P lines up in third position. Bituko and Gabo are split by Hero, who's racing for one time for the first time. Porsche having a special livery today. You sadly cannot see the times here because I recreated this screen. Kato is in 7th position. Then it is Mayamura in 8th, ahead of Matt and Tony Pigeon, who now only refers to himself as Pigeon, as it seems. Then in 11th we have Kanekito, who's racing for the 101st for the first time. I'm going to introduce the drivers when we switch to my live commentary because I was very confused, so I'm just going to go over them now. Malik, Frimpong, of course, also new drivers in 12th and 13th position. Oski only in 14th ahead of Jordi. 16th is the second 101st car of Alessandro. Temex in P17 and Landon racing for the first time for Hurricane Racing Team. Sadly, only lining up P18 on the grid. Since none of us commentators recorded the first 9 laps, we are going to watch the race start and these laps from the points of view of Laguno and Bituko. Thanks very much for providing your footage. And here we now line up, we wait for the 5 red lights. Wilger to the right in pole position and Laguno to the left, getting a better start than Wilger. We go into the first chicane, wheel to wheel. There's been a crash between Piggy and Bituko, who drops down to 9th position in the race. Laguno up the inside at the Lesmos forces Wilger just a bit onto the grass, and they are still wheel to wheel as we head into the Ascari chicane. Laguno charging round the outside towards the last corner, and he manages to take the lead back. We now take a look at Bituko's point of view. He is battling with Mayamura, with Kato Matt, with Gabo in the second Porsche, and there are so many cars around him. Malik racing with the wrong livery, which I'm going to talk about later, in the wrong way. And he's now trying to get past Kato once again. Gabo is in 4th position. Up the inside we go. Kato leaves no room, and there's been a lag for Bituko. Kato trying to get up the inside now of Gabo, who goes off the track in the first chicane. And now Bituko also manages to get past his teammate once again. We sadly do not have the special liveries in this footage, but we have to be happy about what we have right here. Gabo in the slipstream. They are now maybe working together. Bituko goes across the grass in the last corner and therefore loses the position to his teammate Oski, now behind him, trying to get past into the Variante della Roggia. No chance for him to get through there. It's Hiro in 8th position, Mayamura fighting with him, and Malik in 10th position. At the front it is still Laguno dominating ahead of Wilger. Piggy is in 3rd. Kato has managed to get to work his way through after starting only in 7th position, and now Bituko is under attack from Oski in the Aston Martin, as Gabo is escaping just a little bit and cannot give his teammate slipstream anymore. We now take a look again at the point of view from Laguno, which sadly does not have any sound. Bituko is the only person who recorded with sound out of all the people which have been working on this video, more or less. He sets a personal best lap time. Currently Wilger still holding the fastest lap. He is in 2nd place. It's been a nice qualifying for him, starting on pole position. He finally wants to get another podium in UMRL, and in Bituko's point of view we can see that he has gone ahead of Gabo, who was off the track on the exit of the 2nd chicane. There is now a big gap already between the two Porsche and the top 4 of the race. It almost looks like the podium once again is out of reach for Porsche at the moment. But as I said before, they still are in 2nd place, or at least tied for 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship. Gabo now chasing down his teammate. Are they gonna attack each other? Are they gonna work together at this stage of the race where they are kind of alone? It looks like Gabo wants this 5th position from Bituko in his home Grand Prix. Up the inside at the Cover Grande and round the outside into the 2nd chicane. Bituko this time going off. This is not what they should be doing as teammates, and you can see 3 cars immediately appearing in the picture of Bituko: Malik, Miyamura and Oski. Laguno now still at the front. We now switch to my voice, which commentated live and was extremely confused. So now you're going to see my POV, and I'm actually able to switch between drivers as I want. I don't know what's happening, but maybe this is very funny if I record. So yeah, we're in the middle of the race. I don't know. It looks very much as if this is the official race. We got Laguno leading round 7 of the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. That's Wilger in 2nd position. Pigeon once again leaving the race as almost always. And yeah, Wilger doing very nicely here. He is in 2nd place. His best result of the season so far is 2nd position as well. And he is amongst the top drivers. Kraft is missing today. Kato is not missing, as well as Piggy. He's back in a seat here. Kato is in 4th position now as we watch Laguno pitting. Gabo for Porsche in a special liveried Porsche, of course, yeah. And he is running in 3rd position. His teammate Bituko is in P5. Gabo, I think he's from Italy. This is the background, a very deep background behind this livery. Then it's Cato down into 6th position after the pit stop. They're kind of mixing through now as Piggy enters the pit lane, but I'm just going to continue and go down the field a little bit. It's Miyamura in 7th position. He was having a fight with Matt, Malik, and Oski and all these guys here. They're very much the midfield today. And Jordi is finally back in a seat again. He has only done 2 races so far, I believe. No, he's done 4 actually. I'm just waffling absolutely today. There's Matt and Hero, the 2 one-times. Hero for the first time. He's gotten a contract from one time, I believe, and he's now racing close to his teammate Matt, who once again isn't at the front this time around. Hero, round 2 for him. He goes off the track. That is a big mistake, as Emma Boxey would say. Alessandro once again running just inside the points, because points are awarded for top 12. He's fighting very aggressively with Frimpong, who is now in the LSA in 13th position, sadly only. This is quite unusual to see an LSA so far down the order. Then it's Jordi Kanekita racing for the first time in UMRL for the 101st. They very much only managed to fill Alessandro, who's racing every single round so far, but the 2nd seat is very much a free one every time. Temex is back for a 2nd round, or 3rd round, I believe, actually. Landon racing for the first time. He has gotten a contract, I believe, as well from Hurricane Racing Team, and Pigeon has DNF'd, which is why you can't see him here. Laguno, while I was talking and introducing the drivers in the middle of the Italian Grand Prix, has extended his lead to 4.5 seconds over Wilger. He is just ahead of Piggy. Soft tires around Monza always have been the preferable strategy, especially in the first game, where the difference between soft and hard was just insane. It's a bit better in this game, but still we can see that the drivers tend to pick soft tires also in this league, also simply because of the chance of rain, which today isn't existent, but this is always a factor as well if it rains. So yeah, Gabo now has closed up as well. Let's pick out a battle, I believe. There's one battle going on. This is Malik racing for the first time for Cat Productions. He goes round the outside out of the Variante della Roccia, and round the outside again goes Bituko in the Italian Porsche. Cat Productions as high up as they have never been before in the UMRL. Their best finish is 11th position so far, so they have not taken many points, haven't participated in 2 entire rounds. So this could be a breakthrough moment with Malik being a very nice driver now, and the fight at the top of the pile is now getting closer and closer. Wilger is not entirely able to keep up with Kato over these 41 laps. They are going into the first chicane very aggressively and shooting over the chicane on the exit. And Kato wheel to wheel with Wilger. Wilger going off the track on my screen. Kato having to defend into Ascari, and round the outside goes Gabo. He gets past one of the cars. Can he get past the second one? No, he can't, but Gabo up into 4th position on this second stint. He's in the slipstream of Kato still as they head down towards turn 1. They're cutting the corner on the inside all the time, and through the Curva Grande we go. It's Kato who does not get a very nice exit out of the first chicane, but he manages to stay on the podium for the moment. Wilger wants to have another go at Gabo in front of him, and we head down towards turn 11, that is, and no chance for Wilger, which is why he goes into the pit lane. We are reaching the end of this second stint. Gabo goes off the track, Kato stays in P3, Piggy and Laguno at the front, and Bituko now inherits 5th position. So the two postcards once again doing very nicely. They still have not taken a single podium this season, but they are in 3rd in the Constructors' Championship, behind Hurricane Racing Team, which Kato is racing for and which Kato is very much carrying, and Levioso is 70 points ahead before this race in the standings, because they have got 2 drivers which are very capable of winning races and podiums most of the time. This time Frimpong, sadly, only in P12, just scoring 1 point at this moment, but he has shown some nice pace last time out. Sadly, had to retire for some reason, but I think he is here to stay in UMRL, as we see Matt pit from P6. This is going to turn in something around P8, P9. He is going to come out behind Oski and the second Aston Martin of Miyamura, who's taken a podium this year already, is just behind him. Matt not in contention for the podium this time. And nothing really is changing at the front. So we are going to focus on that battle in the midfield. As long as there's something happening, we take a look at Hero, who's now being passed by Frimpong. There is a bunch of drivers who are on hard tires further down the field. We've got full 18 drivers, which was a difficulty whilst creating this lobby, which also explains kind of the issues that we had here. But anyways, I am kind of here. I was supposed to have a co-commentator, by the way, which is Brasidas. He raced once too in UMRL, but somehow we just didn't manage to get it done. Yeah, this is just down to technical stuff. But anyways, Gabo is closing up to Wilger, or is still behind Wilger, and cannot get past, despite Monza being the temple of speed with many straights and overtaking opportunities, and wheel to wheel we go. As I say that, down towards the second chicane we go. He just bails out of it. That is a smart move, but he's lost a lot of time to the Levioso ahead of him, who now might just get into the slipstream of Kato if he catches up by a few tenths of a second still. But this is still an incredible battle for the podium, with P and Laguno ahead of the field, dominating all the time. By the way, my screen is absolutely not fit for commentating, so maybe I just put the zoom out to 100%. I hope this is nicer. And now at the inside, almost setting up a move, already setting up a move, but not getting the move done yet, is Wilger on Kato. We once again head towards the second chicane. He just has to set up one perfectly and then execute it. He all the time is over the back of his enemies, but cannot get the move done into the Parabolica, or Curva Alboreto as it's named now. We go, and still he does not have a chance. They both aren't racing without mistakes, I have to say that, but it's incredible to see them compete at a level this high and this closely together. Kato, Wilger, and Gabo truly being the center of entertainment in this UMRL race in strange circumstances, and Wilger becomes the first one of this pack to pit for a second time. We could take a look where he's come out. He has come out ahead of Bituko, who has lost ground to that pack ahead of him. and we got Malik now on his back. And at the front, it's Laguno and Cato also, Laguno and Piggy and Cato, as I almost said the wrong name. But it's still true because Cato has also now taken his third pit stop, and he just comes out ahead of Wilger. Look at that! Wilger probably going into the back on his screen because he stopped very abruptly here. Through the Lesmo corners we go, and this looks like a very nice opportunity. He might just stay behind in the Ascari chicane to once again send it up the inside at Curva Alboreto. He's thinking about a move, but cannot commit entirely. And this is hurting his chances of getting that third position. Cato with an absolute masterclass of defense in this race so far. We take a look at Oski and Malik fighting into turn one. Malik at the inside. They both go across the chicane. This is a common strategy amongst all their drivers. So this was not really dirty driving. It was a clean move by Malik around the outside of turn two. And he goes up into 7th position for Cat Productions. This would mean a lot for the team if he could bring this result home. And we then move back to Gabo and Wilger, who are now battling. Cato has disappeared from the view of Wilger, and now these two are wheel to wheel. The red car, which the Tifosi will be cheering for, versus the Italian car, which they will very much adore as well. Going wheel to wheel for 2 entire straights. They go off the track in the first corner, of course, as well. And it is Gabo who gets past Wilger in this stage of the race. Wilger not really losing 2 positions, but he now is only 5th instead of fighting for 3rd here. We got 6 laps to go as they now cross the line. And Oski is still battling with Malik back there as well. We take a look at the second Aston Martin, who is trying to line up Matt for himself. Matt on the hard tire going for an alternative strategy. He's running inside the top 10 though. The only driver on hards as Hero now pits in on lap 36. And Matt in this Malik in the slipstream of Oski. Down the main straight we go. Up the inside. Back for round 2. Oski, while I was probably talking about the battle between Gabo and Wilger, has managed to reclaim 7th place from Malik. So this is an interesting battle which has been going on for almost the entire race as well. So there is few change in the battles that are happening, but they also are not willing to stop. So now we could probably head further down the order. I was just seeing Frimpong and Hero being very closely together, but now this kind of has settled down because there might have been a mistake from Frimpong's side, or now there's been a mistake from Hero's side. As I say that, he almost pushes the car into the wall, which is to his right, and still it didn't result in a crash or in somebody getting stuck somewhere, and they're still closely together. Matt has now lost out to Miyamura as I'm watching the other battle. Around the outside into the second chicane we go, and Matt has managed to reclaim this position. He's up into 9th once again. We have got a few laps to go, I've got to say, for Piggy and Laguno, and I absolutely have missed Laguno and Piggy changing position, which is kind of sad. Thanks to the replay provided by Laguno, we can see the mistake that he made in the first chicane and on which Piggy could capitalize immediately. In the slow motion you can see him missing the runoff area on the inside of the chicane. He just runs over the curb, which does not slow him down. He did not brake because that's not something that you normally do in this section. Piggy leads this race as he heads into the last corner. Laguno in second position. He once again holds the fastest lap for the 5th time, as it looks. He's gonna take this point home. And Piggy, for the 2nd time in UMRL, he's gonna become the 3rd repeat winner in this series as he crosses the line to win the Italian UMRL Grand Prix. This very much was the official race. Laguno takes 2nd and the fastest lap of the race. Cato is in P3, once again on the podium in 5 out of these 7 rounds so far. Gabo with a very nice race, battling with Cato and Wilger throughout the race. Bituko, P7 merchant as he's calling himself, now taking P6. His best result so far might be P4, if I'm correct. No, it's P5, but he indeed is back here. Oski takes 7th position for Aston Martin. They have scored some very nice points today as well. Levioso not looking too good today, but still they are inside the top 5. Malik in his first race for Cat Productions brings home their best ever result. Mayamura in 9th position and Matt just inside top 10 on the alternative strategy. Frimpong in 11th place still brings home points for Levioso in his first race for them. Jordi is in P12 for not Spark Racing as it stands here for Williams, of course. His best result so far has been 12th position as well. Kanakato in his first race is ahead of his teammate Alessandro, who has competed in every round so far. They both failed to score points, sadly, for the 101st. It's Temex in P15, last of those who seems to have completed the race. London, Hero, and Pigeon are not have not been in the fight until the very end. I apologize for any technical difficulties and recording difficulties that have come up in this race. But anyways, it was hard to commentate, as you probably could see, because of me just being alone, like missing Piggy and Laguno the overtake, which is something that should not happen. It is an incredibly hard sport to commentate on, I have to say that. It's so fast, you don't have any time to really think about what you are saying apart from when somebody else is talking. So if you're talking alone, you're really in the moment. Anyways, what am I trying to say? Thank you for watching this video. I'm very excited for how this is going to look, but yeah, we will see you for round 8, which is Singapore. Oh my goodness. It's going to be absolutely crazy. It's gonna be carnage. Tune in, it's gonna be of better quality than this one. Oh, and also here's an animation of Piggy passing Laguno made by Brasidas, because we thought we wouldn't get the footage of the overtake anymore, but we did. So once again, thank you Brasidas. Like, subscribe, so you don't miss the carnage under the lights next week.